Hi everyone. So I've decided that for my first video, I'm going to be talking about something that has been really part of me ever since I was 9 years old, and that is rugby. So what I'm going to share with you today is actually 6 life lessons that shaped me through rugby. So basically, I've stopped playing, but doesn't mean it does not help me at all in my life. For my first part, all right, I'm going to be talking about passion, and passion brings you success. All right. As I mentioned earlier, I really love rugby a lot. I would do anything for it. As for me, back in school last time, I was actually a kicker, and definitely for kicking, you need to do a lot of practice, which means that you have to come either earlier before training or you got to stay a bit later after training. Let's say you're a teacher, you go all out. You go and find your own resources to make your lessons interesting for your kids, and at the same time, they will not only learn more, but you also have a lot of satisfaction in your life. So always be passionate about whatever you do, okay, and it will definitely bring you far. Next pointer that I want to share with you is that there's no padding in the real world. So you know that rugby, we do not wear any protective gear. We always have to take the hits and keep on moving forward. So what I'm trying to get at here, this world is a very competitive and harsh world. If you can't take certain hits, you're gonna whine a bit. You're not gonna get very far. So most of the time, okay, you have to take it in, suck it up, all right, and just keep on moving forward. And the third point that I'm going to share is that rugby definitely strengthens you mentally. Okay, during training, we definitely have a lot of fitness sessions. Okay, that's when we actually push ourselves, and we'll never know, okay, that how strong our mind is, until we break down that barrier that okay, we actually can do this. Even sometimes I'm surprised at myself, okay, on how far I can actually go, because I tell myself, that I can do it. And I clearly remember back then when I was playing for Singapore Poly, we actually met Southside in the finals, okay. But previously I've met them twice and we actually lost against them. And as a team collectively, we told ourselves, all right, guys, we have lost twice against them. This is the finals, and the finals matter. And as a team, we played so well, okay, until we were the first Poly team to beat the Southside team. When the chips are down, okay, who's gonna be the one who's gonna bring it up? Okay, you have to think about that. And one of the main reasons why I really love this game a lot is because everyone respects both the players and the referees. Okay, yes, let's say sometimes we disagree with the decisions that the referees make, but at the end of the day, okay, we still respect them. We call them sir. I guess it's because there's certain things that we do not see from their point of view, and we still respect them for the opinions and the decisions that they make. And as for the players, we go hard against each other. Sometimes certain players will take cheap shots, but at the end of the day, we will both form two lines and clap each other out. And the next point I'm going to share is that as a player, sometimes you have to learn how to make last second decisions. I think this is something that it really does help a lot in my life. Let's say in the game you have a 2 versus 1 situation. Okay, are you going to run by yourself and attempt to beat the opposition, or are you going to be a team player and pass the ball to your friend? Because sometimes if you were to make the attempt, to run by yourself, you might get tackled and might cost you the winning try. So where I'm trying to get at is that, for example, sometimes you have to make a decision whether you accept this job that comes to you with a huge amount of money, or it's best for you to stay. These are certain things that you really have to decide on your own. Oh, and the last point that I want to share, all right, would be have patience. Opportunities will come. A good example for myself, ever since I was a young kid, I've always wanted to represent Singapore as a rugby player. It's always my dream to don the national colours. And in 2010, I initially had that opportunity. I was in the training squad. However, a week or 2 weeks before the tournament, I got injured in a club game, and that was it. I thought my hopes were dashed. I needed at least a year to fully recover to actually start walking again. start jogging, and finally I could start playing. So during that period, from 2010 to 2013, I needed to strengthen my legs again, especially my quads, and I just focused on playing school rugby. Finally, in 2013, the national coach called me up, and I couldn't believe it because it took me 3 years to finally realize the dream again. And at this point of time, and at that year itself, I made my debut against a Hong Kong A side. So always be patient, trust the process, and you'll get there. So for those parents who are watching this, don't be afraid. Your sons and daughters are actually stronger than they are. So do like, share, and subscribe this video. And see you guys.